It's Ash from Super Videos back for another one. In this one we're going to be taking a look at the big twist that was in the pilot episode of The Walking Dead's third spin-off, World Beyond, which was called Brave. This twist involved Elton and Hope. So first I'm going to recap what the story is based on what we saw in the pilot episode, and then at the end I'm going to add a little bit of my own theory and predictions about how I think everything could come together in the future. The pregnant woman that we see in the flashbacks. Now when Iris is talking about the pregnant woman, she says there was a woman, she was pregnant, we lost her because the sky was falling. Of course this is part of the flashbacks, part of the night that the sky fell. So Iris thinks that it was the plane crash that killed the pregnant woman, when in fact it was something completely different. In Hope's flashbacks, we actually see the exact same pregnant woman. And in the flashback that we see from Hope's point of view, we actually learned that it was this pregnant woman that shot and killed Iris and Hope's mother. And Hope accidentally killed the pregnant woman. Now what's extremely interesting about it is that this pregnant woman is actually Elton's mother. In one of the conversations that Silas and Elton have, Silas asks Elton, "You had a sister?" To which he replies, "My mother was pregnant with her the night that things went bad. I never saw her again." So Elton's mother was in fact the pregnant woman in the flashback who Hope killed. Now obviously they're planting the seeds for a potential story in the future where we have Elton and Hope at odds with one another. The necklace that Hope has like a marble on it. That's the exact same marble that their mother was carrying the night the sky fell and the night that she died. So with all of that explanation out of the way, how could they possibly bring this full circle? The key to this story is the picture, because if you take away the picture of Elton's mother, there is really no way for Elton and Hope to ever know what the truth was. So as long as the picture is still around, there is a possibility that Hope can find and look at that picture and realize that this is in fact the person that she killed when she was younger. Now, would Hope really remember the face of the person because she was so young? You could go both ways with that. I could definitely see someone saying that someone that young will not remember a face, but then I could also see people saying that because it was such a traumatic event, it would definitely be engraved in her mind and she would not be able to get the face out of her mind. So I could definitely see Hope still remembering. Now let's pretend that time comes. So let's say that Hope sees the picture in Elton's bag and she does realize what happened. There's two ways they could actually go with this. One way is they could have it so that Elton is not there and it's just Hope and the realization of what she's done and how it impacts her now. And then they could kind of play off of that and have it so that we follow her journey to see whether she's gonna tell the truth, whether she's gonna come clean, what she's gonna do, and how it's gonna shape who she is going forward. The other way they could have it go down is they could have it so that everything is on the table and in the open, so that both Hope and Elton know the situation and they have to deal with it. And you could obviously do a combination of both of these things, where maybe you could have it so that Hope is the one that finds this out first and then it's Elton. The other part I want to talk about is when could this all go down? Obviously it's going to go down. They wouldn't plant the seeds for it if they weren't going to bring it back. So it's definitely going to be addressed. Now in terms of when is it going to be addressed, I have a feeling that it's not going to be touched on as much in the first season. They might focus more on that story in the second season, even though I do think that we're going to see more and more of these flashbacks and them teasing this big reveal. But with all of that said, I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions about this. What do you think about this dark twist in the first episode of The Walking Dead World Beyond? And when and how do you think it'll be resolved? That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.